Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 16 Borussia Dortmund Career Mode, and we're going to start off with a game in the Champions League up against PSV away from home. However, before we get into this, I just want to say something. I am actually just found out that I'm not going to be here when FIFA 17 is released, so I'm deeply disappointed at the moment that I won't be able to play this game for probably about 10 days. After it's been released, so I'm a little bit fucking pissed off about that. Anyway, we start off with this game here and we make it 1-0 with Royce in the 6th minute, and yeah, so 1-0. Starting off, I think it was this first leg of the Champions League, round of 16, and I was like, oh shit, we're here, can we get through? I wanted to win it, see if I could in the first season. If not, I'll try to do it in the second. But we get off to a good start anyway. However, right here, PSV on the ball, playing it around, lovely passing play. They play it over to, I think it was De Jong, and De Jong scores to make it 1-1. And to be honest, it was just a really good passing move. I haven't really versed any team that's done something like that. However, PSV are the first team to have done that to me. And to be quite honest, it was just a brilliant passing move, finishing with a Luke De Jong goal. I thought maybe he mishit that as a shot and it went wide, or he fucked it up, but it went in anyway. But it doesn't really matter if they go in, they go in. Right here, 1-1 at half time. They're dominating position where we have more shots, standard as per usual. And right here, they're just doing something stupid on the ball. Castro gets it. Castro tries to run through two defenders, loses the ball, falls to Royce, and Royce finishes it to make it 2-1 with his second goal of the game. And, Royce is pretty inconsistent. Some days he'll have good games, and some days he'll just have bad games. And this was a pretty good game for him, as he scored here. However, Dybala still yet to really do anything for me. He's, he hasn't been great. Waiting for him to actually do something. Right here, Riyad Mahrez gets on the ball. Riyad Mahrez scores a goal to make it 3-1. And that basically put us, ahead in the first game. We had the 3 away goals, so even if we lost 2-0 in the next game, we would still go through. So I wasn't really too worried. I just really didn't have to fuck it up by a lot, and I would go through. Yeah, we win that game 3-1. And yeah, we'll have the second leg later on in this episode. As you can see, they only had the 2 shots, 1 on target, 2 out of 9 shots, 7 on target. However, they had more possession, which, I'm basically never going to have more possession in this career mode, because for some reason the AI decides to waste time so much, and I'm just not about that. I'm not going to waste time, because then, yeah, there would be no games left. But I decide to get some scouts here. The first guy is from Germany, 5-star, 4-star. I thought that was alright. I'm going to get a 5-star, 5-star here from Romania, and I believe the final one is also a 5-star, 5-star. Yes, it is from Korea. And that, that cost me a little bit, but we did get that 12 million for the Champions League thing from before. And, we didn't, the transfer window is over, so I wasn't going to buy any more players or anything. But we go into a game here up against Bayer Leverkusen, and once again, it's in the snow. Right here, Kagawa plays it over to Subasic. Bazoa gets on the ball. Bazoa finishes that far post with the finesse shot in the 9th minute, and we make it 1-0. And yeah, just basically a good start. I've been wanting Bazoa to do well. He finally is doing something. I haven't really got to play with him much yet, but he's come on. He scored a nice goal there. Lovely cut inside, lovely finish. And it is 1-0, which it's going to stay like that into the break. And as you can see, we actually have more possession and more shots for the first time in so long. But let's just hope we can keep that on at full time. Anyway, Insigne's on the ball here. He cuts inside. He's looking for someone to pass to. He decides to go himself, cuts inside, gets very lucky, gets the ball back and scores to make it 2-0 in the 52nd minute or so. So at this point I was like, we've pretty much won this game now. Can't really fuck it up. We're dominating. We deserve this lead. And let's just basically see if we can hold on to it. But it's a good finish from Insigne. A bit lucky to get the ball back. But once again, a goal's a goal. You can't really do too much about them. And Salah right here, he's on the ball. He's looking to cut inside. Plays it over to Insigne. Insigne takes a nice touch and then finishes it near post to make it 3-0. Shortly after his first goal. and that clearly put the game to bed right here. It was a nice play from Salah, good, you know, sort of like first touch from Insigne and finishes it. So very happy with that. Anyway, we made that 3-0, and I'm pretty sure that is how the game... No, that's not how the game ends. Another thing happens here. Insigne's on the ball. He's looking to get a hat-trick. He loses the ball. It falls to Adrian Ramos. Adrian Ramos makes it 4-0. And at this point, it was game over. There's no way they could catch us now. I mean, with under 20 minutes left and 4 goals down, there's absolutely no way they could. And you know, Ramos, he hasn't actually been too bad for me. When he's actually played, he's been alright. Anyway, that's how the game ends, 4-0. They don't end up getting one back, and we don't end up scoring another one. But we actually just have a tiny bit less possession than them, which I was a little bit annoyed about. But, you know, we might have just had the 50-50 or the slight edge of possession for the first time in a while. But unfortunately, we don't. However, we are going to sim a game here against Hoffenheim. As you know, it's not really an important game at home, and neither a team, don't get me wrong, but it's a game that we should be winning, and we win it 3-0 with the simulation. And yeah, as you can see on the table, we're actually dominating with 10 points clear of Bayern. However, they do have a game in hand. We go up against Darmstadt here, and once again going to sim this, because you know, it's just not a game that I'm looking forward to playing, because yeah, it's easy enough to win, I would have thought. And we make it 2-0 here. And now we have Bayern. It's a real 6-pointer here, top of the table clash. However, even if they do win, we'll still be ahead. But you know, I wanted to win in this one. And right here, Mahrez is on the ball. He plays it over to Dybala. Dybala for his first goal for the club, and he finally does it. He finally scores for us to make it 1-0. And yeah, he hasn't really done anything this entire, you know, since he's been here. But right here, he scores a lovely goal. Salah playing it over to Dybala, and Dybala finishing that near post to make it 1-0. And this time we had the lead against Bayern. We lost 3-2 in the last time we played them, and we were 3-0 down at one stage. So this time I thought, you know, I'll have to get a good start. Right here we play over to Boufal. Boufal finishes it near post in the 45th minute, in the 3rd minute of added time. And yeah, so we make it 2-0, and at this point I was like, yeah, I mean, we can actually beat them now. However, I wasn't, you know, too confident, because it is fucking Bayern Munich, and they can come back from anything, as I've seen in this game before. Now, right here, they're dominating possession once again, but we have more shots more on target. I felt like we were in control of the game. However, right here, Mario Götze just smashes it, and they score to make it 2-1. And at this point, I was like, I skipped the replay. I was like, oh fuck, I've got to concentrate, got to get my head back in this game, and then win it. And right here, Royce plays it over to Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez, he's going, he finishes it, far post. However, he fucking misses one for like the first time in a long time, but he gets his own rebound and he finishes it to make it 3-1. And just a really nice goal from him. Yeah, this finish shot, he never misses. For the first time, he like really does miss. However, you know, it doesn't stop him. He just picks up the ball and then finishes it towards that post again. This time it goes in. And we made it 3-1, so we beat Bayern this time. They got us in their home league. Now we win it at our home league, and I was very happy with that. Looking at the stats, and yeah, we didn't have many more shots on target. We had more shots in total, like by quite a bit, and the position, obviously they had the advantage. However, we go into, I believe, the last game of the episode up against PSV in the second leg of the Champions League. But this time it's the home league. We have the 3-1 advantage in the first league with away goals. So yeah, I thought, you know, we could get into this game, we could win it. I mean, we could even lose by 1 goal and we'll still go through. However, we don't start off great. I mean, right here, probably the goalkeeper should be doing better. We scored one of these, I believe, recently, where the goalkeepers just kind of like palmed it into the side of it. I think it was like last episode or something with Gundogan. But yeah, so they score this one here, and Sahin plays it over to Adrian Ramos, trying to keep our hopes alive to get through the Champions League, and we make it 1-1 here, 4-2 on aggregate. We still have the away goal advantage. However, if they score 2 more, it will go to extra time and penalties. However, if they make it like 4-2 or something, then they will go through, which was, I was a little bit worried about, because I'm like, oh, the away goal thing doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, anyway, it's 1-1 at half time, which I think it was, I don't actually remember the score of the first game at half time. I think it was 1-1 or something like that. anyway, they're on the ball here. They play it over to their player and Marco Van Ginkel. I thought, you know, maybe he shouldn't be playing because I'm pretty sure he's on loan from Chelsea, and wouldn't that mean they're like cup tied or something? But you know, it's FIFA, so they're never going to do anything like that. But yeah, we make it 2-1. Yeah, it's a pretty good goal from them. It's like lovely passing again. Like all three of their goals have been lovely passing in this thing, and like they played pretty well. However, we do go through 4-3 in on aggregate in the end, and I think we deserve to win that game. I mean, they only had 2 shots on target with 2 goals, which is a little bit disappointing from the goalkeeper. However, that's going to be that for this episode. If you have enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.